Hey, Brad Jenkins, realtor here. I got to get this out quickly. I just got back from the gym, and let me tell you what, I screwed up. I screwed up big time. But thankfully, I was able to rescue it and salvage it. But I wanted to share with you quickly what had happened. Back in December, I went to Planet Fitness. I needed to go there for the weight equipment for my legs, to use all the machines because I just had hip replacement surgery on both sides. In December, I was cleared to start doing weights. And I encountered a person there who was looking to possibly buy. I gave her my cards, spoke with her for a few minutes, and I was still pretty much in a lot of pain from the surgery. Not trying to make excuses, but you know, there were some other underlying factors that were distracting me a little bit, and just finishing up on the meds as well. I really didn't reach back out to her. I didn't want to appear pushy. I hate pushy salesmen. I hate the image of being a pushy salesman. And so I encountered her a couple more times over the past month or two. What has it been now? About a month and a half. And so I approached her today. And of course I had my realtor hat on as I walked into the gym, and I just inquired, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, how's the house search going?" And lo and behold, to my shocking surprise, she says, "Oh, I'm going to look at a house tonight." Ugh, stabbed me right in the heart. I was like, okay, great, good for you. I hope everything goes well for you. And inside I'm seething. I'm like, I gave you my card. I spoke with you for a while. Oh, I was mad. But I didn't let it show, and I walked away and went and got on the bike to warm up to start doing the weight machines. And so I'm just cycling through, getting past being upset because feeling like I lost the deal. And I decided, you know what? Let me turn this around. Let me go and figure out how to at least get something from this loss. I've already lost her. I'm thinking she's already going to go with another agent and so forth. So at least let me find out where I made my mistakes at so that I can try to grow. So I'm tucking my tail, putting my ego away. And so now I'm kind of like rehearsing in my head how I want to approach her. What do I want to say to her to get her to give me the information I need? Because I've already conceded, I've lost her business. So after about 5 minutes warming up on the bike, I see that she's alone up at the desk. So I go back up. And what I try to do right away before I even get there is I start smiling. I start getting a nice smile on my face as I walk up, and I walk to her and I said, "Hey, if you don't mind," I said, "I just want to grow as a professional." I said, "So I would just, if you could just kind of tell me, what happened, why I wasn't blessed enough to, get your business, just where did I go wrong? And so I know the next time." And she couldn't have been more nicer and really apologetic. She goes, this is what she says to me: "I lost your card and I couldn't find you." Oh my God, I'm sitting there dying to myself. I'm already knowing, jumping ahead. I'm kicking myself. I'm like, I should have followed up. I should have checked with her. But she was like, "I'm not getting good information, not as what you were giving me, but I couldn't find you." And she goes, "I just didn't know what to do." So lo and behold, she has not signed an agreement to be represented by anybody and has decided to go ahead and work with me moving forward. I got lucky, without a doubt. But the takeaway here is two things. One, if someone that you have approached or had a conversation with does decide to go with another realtor or maybe another profession and something else, but regardless, don't be afraid to inquire as to the reasons why. A lot of times, because we're personally involved, of course, we're going to look at ourselves first and say, "Oh, well, we weren't competent enough. We weren't good enough. I wasn't good enough. You didn't like me, blah, blah, blah." That's all human nature stuff that before you have a conversation with someone about why they didn't choose you, you got to get rid of. You can't hold on to that, and you have to be very open-minded, open to criticism, open to whatever it is that you need to improve upon. And if you can take that approach, then definitely reach out to somebody who spurned you and didn't use you as their realtor. Okay? And get that feedback. I will bet more than 50% of the time you're going to find out it has nothing to do with you. And this was kind of the case too with her. Her boyfriend's best friend's wife is a realtor. But she's not helping her very well, and she's not giving her good information. I didn't criticize that other realtor. I just laid out information of what I had and let this prospect make the decision as to who was the better realtor and gave her the better information. So obviously she gave me, I made sure this time I got her phone number, her email address, first and last name, and I have passed her on to my mortgage broker, who I know will get her approved right away. So I got lucky, but I also thought quickly, used my head, kept my emotions out of it. I think too, that's, if I said there was two things, I would add a third. And that is to definitely, keep your emotions under control, out of the way. Imagine if I'd have gone at her in anger and accused her, why didn't you use me? Why didn't you, blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't have walked away with having a prospect. And quite honestly, from what she's telling me, I may even be able to move her into a new home, which is even, a nicer payday, and will meet her needs, what she's looking for, which no one's approached her about. And it's an easier sale, as I'm sure a lot of you know, when you're representing the buyer, to walk into an NHC and hand them off. So, Brad Jenkins Realtor, I thank you for taking this time. This is just purely ad-lib. I'm just sitting in my truck. I just got home from the gym, but this was something that happened that I thought was extremely important. Oh, one more thing, one more takeaway. Again, no, I guess number 4, but regardless, what I should have done when I initially met with her, when I spoke with her, was to empower her and find out when she wanted me to follow up with her. That was, I think, really in everything, in looking back, because I'm doing this ad lib with no notes or nothing, but in everything in retrospect, that's probably the number one takeaway, is that I should have, after I handed her cards and had a conversation before I wrapped up and left with her, I should have said to her, or asked permission, okay, so when would be a good time to follow up with you? That was the thing I missed. I know this. Again, coming out of 2 major surgeries, one in September and one in October. So I was barely 6 weeks out from the last surgery. I wasn't my top self. I wasn't my number one, at my best. No excuses, but again, that does impact you. So, but turn a negative into a positive, and don't be afraid to get that feedback. Don't be afraid to find out how you can be better. And sometimes it actually works out for the best. I got 2 things. I found out how to be better, reminded me what I needed to do, and I still walked away having a possibility of a sale. All right. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.